is Katie, the creator of KNF Design. I wanted to first thank you and welcome you to the 12 days of December. We are back in my lovely kitchen, this time to make lip balm. So, a few items that you will need for this. First off, we'll go with the actual containers. If you want to make this in the little jar and you put your finger on it and then put it on your lip, you can. I've always liked the little sticks that you press up. So that's what I'm doing, and to do that, you need this fun little kit here. So what you do, this has 50 slots. So we will take a lip balm tube, stick it in, and we'll fill all of those. And then we will be pouring our lip balm, and then you just scrape off the extra, make sure it's all nice and even, and let it sit. Now this is not needed. It was kind of an excuse just to buy it, because I've been wanting, I think it'd be kind of nice when I do resin projects, things like that. I need another one so it sits nice. This here is a leveling table, and I thought it might be kind of nice to have it, make sure my surface is nice and level when making my lip balms. So if my table is off, all the balm's gonna go over here and make it a little uneven. Again, it's not needed. It was just my excuse to use it, to buy it. So how it works is there's a little leveling bubble in the middle, and when your little bubble's in the center, you know it's level. This table also came with silicone mats that fit on, there's already a cat hair on it. Imagine that. It's like glitter, right? It comes with these silicone mats to protect the table. So when you're working with resin, or in this case lip balm, if you spill something on it, you will just take this off, wash it, and your table's still good to go. This kit also came with little labels. So it says lip balm, 100% natural base, all natural lip balm, and there's just a bunch. There's these that you can wrap around, write like a name, or maybe vanilla, since we'll be making vanilla lip balm, and just wrap it around. But I'm gonna be making my own labels with you, and we have our own. So this kit just, it has them if you want to use them, or you can use the ones that you can download down below. So nice option for you. Like I said, I'm going to be doing vanilla lip balm. So in our last kitchen gift, we made the vanilla essential oil. I have it. I know it worked. This way I don't have to make extra essential oil. This will be going on lips. It's lip balm, so just make sure your essential oil is safe for lips. And something else is that it is not photosensitive, which means it doesn't attract the light. I did some research and we used the vanilla bean along with some sunflower oil, and it says sunflower oil is good against protecting your skin, or in this case lips, against the sun. So it should be good in a lip balm here. So just be careful with that when doing your fragrance, that you get something that's good to not attract the sun to your lips, because you don't want to burn your lips, you want it to protect them. Also, essential vanilla is different than vanilla extract. Those extract flavors tend to have an a water base to it, which won't mix well with other ingredients. Then we need some, this right here. All good lip balm needs some beeswax. So this is just the brand I got. There's all kinds that you can get, but that's the one I did. It says cosmetic product. You can do it with candles. And actually it tells you for soap making, cosmetic, furniture and shoe polish, and candle making, what you might need. So that's kind of nice. You also need some almond oil. So I found some almond oil. It came back on say available. So I bought some of that for this. This one could have also done the almond oil instead of the sunflower oil. It wasn't available when I was looking. It was out of stock. So I went with the sunflower oil. But to save on ingredients, you could have also done almond oil. This here is castor oil. It's an optional item. It makes the shininess of your lip balm. So when you apply on your lips look nice and shiny. If you're doing it for a guy, they probably don't want that shine, so you might want to leave it out. It also just makes it a little bit softer. So it's an optional, but I'm going to add it to mine because I always like that little shine. And just to show you, those of you might recognize my little cheat sheet here. I got my recipe from Angela Palmer, which was the same lady I mentioned in our body butter. So I'll link her down below, but her recipe only made 5 tubes of lip balm. And I figured that's not much. We have this thing that can fill 50. Why not do 50? So I did a little calculations to get how much of everything we need. So to do all 50, we need 10 tablespoons of our beeswax, 20 tablespoons of our almond oil, 2.5 teaspoons of the castor oil, and 60 drops of our vanilla. So I'm going to use this to do our drops. So I'm going to mix these 3 items into a pot on our stove. Now, these are just old pots. They don't get used for cooking anymore. I've bought new ones, and actually this is all dusty. I cleaned this, but not the handle. This just has some water in it. It's going to be like a double boiler, so this doesn't get too hot, because that's going to be the most important thing, not to overheat our beeswax ingredient here. So we will fill a bigger pot with water, put a smaller pot inside of it, mix these 3 ingredients into a pot. Sorry, that's my cat. She found some plastic on the ground. So we'll mix those 3 into the pot and slowly cook it on a low setting. And then once that's done, we'll put our essential oil in. I'll have this set up and we'll just pour it on top. Sometimes it's hard to fill all of these, I've heard, fast enough. So if this starts to harden before we get this all filled, we'll just heat it again. All right, let's get going. Now we're over at the stove. I have some water at the bottom of that pot and it is set to low. We need to mix. We'll do the essential oil later. Again, that's different than the extracts. We'll do our beeswax. We need 10 tablespoons of beeswax. We might have enough for another set of lip balm, so you know how much size-wise. Next is the almond oil, and we need 20 tablespoons of almond oil. Again, we have a leveling table here. Not needed, just extra to make sure this stays even. Next, we need a castor oil if we are adding it, and that is 2.5 teaspoons. This just adds that shine and softens it up a little bit. So I'm just going to stir this and keep it on the low heat setting until all of my beeswax here has melted. Once that is melted, we will add essential oil vanilla here. And that we need about 60 drops, which is equivalent to 3 teaspoons. So we'll add that after it melts. As the wax starts to melt, it is turning clear. So that's what it looks like. It takes a few minutes, but not too bad. I've just been stirring occasionally. Okay, it is officially all liquid now, so we'll add a vanilla. Again, 3 teaspoons. Mix that in well, and then we'll pour it into our mold. And try not to spill any. I might get in the way when I try to pour it here. This is very hot, so just be careful. It's already starting to melt, or harden I mean, so I think as this hardens what I spilled, I'm just going to put it back in my pot so I can fill these last little spots. And that's a thing to note, if it hardens really fast, as you can see. So if that happens, just reheat it and keep pouring and filling as you go. It's okay to reheat it. So I went ahead and filled those extras that I missed over there. It is starting to solidify already at the bottom, but we will wait and let this fully dry before we touch any of them. And that did cover all 50 with some extra here. So once that is hardened at the top, then we'll just kind of scrape off that extra. But it does feel really soft and smooth. So I think that'll be really nice on my lips. I just want to make sure, leave them to sit uncapped, don't disturb them, for about an hour or two, and then we can see how they turned out. So I just used my scraper to scrape off some of this, and they just pop right out really easily. There is a little bit of extra here, so you can kind of see the lip, maybe. But the lid should still go on just fine. If you wanted, you could cut off that little extra, so the plastic ends here, and then the rest of the chapsticks there. My husband and I both tried it, and it's really nice and smooth. We really liked it. So I now need to take all these out, put all the caps on, and then we need to go make our little wrapping for it. I just wanted to show I found it actually easier that I just flipped this upside down. You can pour it straight out. Even with that excess, the lid still fits just fine. So to make a label for chapstick, there's 2 different versions I actually made for you. One's just slightly more complicated, but a little bit nicer. Just depends what you want to do. You don't have to use Cricut Design Space. You could just print the labels on your computer and then hand cut them either with a slicing tool or scissors, or if you want to bring them up to Cricut Design Space, then you can also do that and have it do a print and cut. So I'm just dragging in an image. This is the one that gets just slightly complicated, but I'll walk you through it. You don't have to do it. It's if you want to do that little break seal. So let's continue. And we'll apply, and we want a flat graphic for print and cut. And we'll upload it, so I don't want to name it anything else. So there's that. I'm going to go ahead and upload all the items. Then if you don't want to do that break seal, this is what it would look like here. And you would just do the same thing, flat graphic, continue, and upload. And then there's another one here. Let me just first show you. This one is if you do the VIP, there's a section that says brand name. You can add your website and brand inside the design here. But for you guys who you don't have that, you just cut it. And so we don't actually need that one. Just wanted to show you what it looked like. You also need this file here. This is for that extra little breakaway shape. We'll just upload it as normal. For some reason, Cricut Design Space has been sizing things really weird and not quite getting the sizing correct. So we will have to play around with sizing just a little bit. So let's first ungroup this. So I said, please measure your chapstick containers and size accordingly because yours might be a different size than mine. So my chapsticks are a little weird. So when you roll a chapstick, this is going around and this is the height where the break seal is. So we have the height this way and the width this way. So my chapsticks were 2 inches wide and about 1.75 inches high or tall. But that doesn't include this little breakaway piece. So that's what that's saying there. Now, if you don't want to add this little breakaway, that's fine. We have a design here, and we will just change it to 2 inches. This is a 2 inch by a 2 inch design. It kind of depends, really with a square, you could wrap it this way, or you could wrap it this way. Kind of up to you. So whatever way you want to wrap it, I would make 7.5. Maybe let's do it up and down, and then lengthwise. It'll have just a slight little gap in the back. That's okay. If you really wanted to, you could unlock it and change the proportion that way, which stretches it just a smidge, but it's enough that it's not a big deal. So that's the slightly stretched, that's the unstretched. So kind of up to you how you want to do that one. That's all there is with that, and then you would just do a normal print and cut. You can see it's already signed up for a print and cut, ready to go. You just need to size it. Alright, so we got that one. Now, for this one here, I'm going to do the 2 inches this way, which, yes, it's the width of the chapstick, but for Cricut Design Space, it's actually the height. So there we go. And it does say 2 inches width-wise, but that's not including that little tag, and this one has the tag, so that's about correct. Alright, so we don't need that, or that. Oops, that now. This is all we need, and I'm going to just change it to a pen so we can see it when we move over a design. Another thing, some of our design, it's hard to see with the white background. So I'm going to go to blank canvas. And when you do that, you'll see that it changes here. So just click color and we'll change it. I like to do like a light gray. Now we can see our square nicely. And we will just position. I did not change this yet though. So we will lock that. And we want to change that to a 2-inch as well. That's at a 2-inch. So notice this is a little bit bigger than a 2-inch because of that little tabby. We want to put it over there. We can select both, align, center. So it's kind of nicely over everything. And then we will select everything and hit slice. Then we can delete these little lines. You can delete that. And then it's really hard to tell, but this is, oops. There it is. A little extra pieces there that will slice as well. And so we have the shape here that we want. And we will then just go to make it and print it. Now we won't save at this time, so then it'll look like this, and you can do multiples at a time. I recommend doing one at a time first to make sure that it works correctly. And it's your chapstick. My machine's not on at this second, but you would then just hit send to printer, and it would cut around a shape. Select your printer, and it's a white piece, so it really doesn't matter if the bleed's on because the color is not bleeding out, I guess is what you could think of. If it's a white border, I usually turn off the bleed. The bleed is if it cuts off a little bit, it'll drag that color down a little bit more so you don't notice it if the cut is off. But it's a white border, so it won't matter either way. So then you would just hit print, and then you would put it on your mat and cut it with your machine. I'm going to be putting this on a sticker paper, and so the setting I usually use for my sticker paper is a notepad setting, but every sticker paper will be slightly different. So just use whichever one works for you, your settings, and cut them out, and then we'll apply them around our chapstick. For purchasing VIP, you will get a link for, I'll just paste it there in the URL, for the lip balm, the body butter, and the candle. So it just has a little extra section. This is Canva if you've never used it. There is a free version and a paid version. Don't worry, you just need the free version for this. And you can edit your design a little bit. So for buying VIP, I give you a little more flexibility. So like here, you can type in your brand name. So I would do Kenneth Design. And then really you could even change your scent. Maybe you just wanted to say vanilla. You can do that. And you can also put your business handle there and the website there. So it's kind of a little bit of flexibility in your design for you. And so I have that one. I duplicated it, so you don't need it twice. You can hit duplicate if you want to leave the names there. So in case you don't want to change too much, sometimes that's nice to do. So you would just hit duplicate. So then you have the original, and then you can go and change this one. And then this is the one without the breakaway, but you can still change your brand info. Or if you want the two free versions, then they have those here. But let's say maybe your chapstick's a different size or the ingredients are different. You have that flexibility just to go in and change those easily. You could even get rid of the photos if you wanted to. Then, when you are ready, you can just hit share, download, and then it asks if you want to download all 4, or you could just pick individual pages to download. Done, and hit download, and it'll download it onto your device, where you can then insert it into your Cricut design space or just print it, whatever you would like. So here are some of our beautiful lip balms. I decided not to cut them off because I didn't want to waste that extra bit, and the lid goes on nicely with it. But that's just me, I didn't want to. It's really nice. It's actually, I tried it already, and even my husband tried it, and we both thought it was really nice on the lips. So here is a little tiny label there. I printed off the ones that had the break seal, but I don't have a perforation, so I did not do that. So I'm just going to line that up. And then oops, I'm going crooked. Still a little crooked there. But there is a seal, and then when someone wants to use it, they can just slide their finger, or they can twist it, and then it breaks the seal thing. And just take that off, and you have your label. It's just a perfect size. And it looks so nice and professional with that label on it. Again, you could use with or without that break seal. It's up to you. But I really like how this turned out. And I guess I have 50 of these to print and apply to my cute little chapsticks. But that was a lot of fun. I'm excited to use these, and I will not need to buy chapstick for a while, although I feel like I will be gifting these to family and friends, and then even probably donating some to a charity, a local charity. I hope you had fun trying probably something new to you. I know I did, and I'm really excited how they turned out. I hope yours turn out well too. And I will see you back here tomorrow for another fun gifting, craft, and tutorial. Bye for now. Happy crafting!